you're a devout Christian, I presume. And even though when we started, you were speaking, you sounded like you are in support of the incumbent government. But I want to ask you this question. Based on insecurity that we have spent so much time talking about, the economic, malaise, I mean, the living standards have been totally destroyed. Does this government of President Bola Tinubu, does it deserve to be re-elected?
Thank you very much. As an individual,
As a good Christian.
no, we are talking first as an individual. Then I'll come to the Christianity. When Tinubu was coming in, I opposed him. I raised up the hand of Peter Obi at Jos, at the stadium, that this is our candidate, because we disagreed and still disagrees with the Muslim ticket. But in spite of all the problems, which started with Buhari, I see in Tinubu, he's also as nepotic as Buhari. But he didn't tell lies when he came in. He said he will follow in the footsteps of Buhari. So if Buhari practiced nepotism, he is also doing nepotism in favor of the Yoruba. But
Yoruba people will disagree, and I'm one of them.
yeah, you can disagree, but whenever there's a change in guard in any place, he loads more Yoruba than others.
Negotiation, just say negotiation.
Yeah, but they're Yorubas.
Just say negotiation.
Don't worry, they're Yorubas. It doesn't matter whether they are Lagosians or they are from Oshun, they're Yorubas. Now, in spite of that, I'm from the Middle Belt. I believe in the Middle Belt agenda. And replacing Fulani with Yoruba, that is their business. But what I see is he has more will, that is as the president, in fighting insurgency, as I see it. His economic policies, whether they are paying off or not, I see in him as a person, somebody who at least has the balls to be able to challenge some things. Unlike President Jonathan, who we gave all the opportunity but couldn't carry things out. I believe that if Tinubu comes back, he would ensure that we have a constitution that would work for Nigeria. I believe that. I also believe in restructuring, and I believe he has the capacity to do that. So as we are talking, sir, I believe not in APC, in Tinubu, that Tinubu has the capacity to do what I believe he can do to right Nigeria. Now he's afraid because he wants to be re-elected. And he's trading with caution. But knowing that, yes, the insurgency has become a hydra-headed thing, he allowed the Americans to come in to partner so that the thing can be addressed. Buhari would have never done that. So to me, I see in him somebody who know that he has a bad past. I'm not saying he has a good past, but he wants a better future for Nigeria. That's what I believe. So, this is me. Now come to the Christian thing. Yes, I'm a Christian. No doubt about that. My late dad, who was killed by Boko Haram, was a Christian.
Your father?
Yeah. He was a Christian. So, I come from a local government that's predominantly Christian. If there's anybody who is suffering from Sharia, I would say me. Because if you go to the statistics, even a local government that's up to 80% Christian, all the ward chairmen of APC are Muslims. The chairman, which is usually picked by the governor, is always a Muslim. Now, if it is federal election, the Muslim will not win. But it is state election, he imposes what he likes and he stays. So, sir, I don't shy away from who I am. I am Chibok. I'm a Christian. I'm a Middle Belter. And at any given time, I will tell you exactly who I am, what I believe in. I have Muslim brothers. I tell them, this is what I believe in. This is who I am. If they come to me for support, I give them if I can. If a Christian comes to me to give support, I will give him if I can. I will not discriminate, but I will not allow or shy away when a Fulani man or a Kanuri man impose his will on my people, and because he's a Muslim and I'm a Christian, then I should stop telling him the truth that you are doing so because you are a Muslim and you want to impose your Islamic ideas on me or on my people. The people who suffer in the Middle Belt are both Christians and Muslims. But Middle Belters are where we are because of the indirect rule that placed us under these people, and it has not been abrogated after independence of Nigeria. And that is why we are still agitating.
Sir, I doubt if many Nigerians listening to you would agree that President Tinubu, if you seem to have endorsed him, and I don't think many listening to you would agree with you that he couldn't do a lot of things until he comes back in his second term, because he has done quite, sir, hold on, sir, he's taken quite some very tough decisions.
Yes.
Removing fuel subsidy,
Yes.
Previous presidents tried it,
Yes.
and pulled back.
Yes.
In fact, President Buhari did not even attempt it at all. Jonathan tried 2012. This same president was one who mobilized against it. But here's the deal, sir. President Tinubu was in support of restructuring. He's been there now 3 years. He has not done anything about restructuring. As little as state police that you talked about here, he has not done it. The argument from informed circles that if he comes back in 2027, he will go back to France and just stay there, like Paul Biya of Cameroon, and be visiting Nigeria occasionally and go back to France. How do you respond to this? Quickly, sir.
You mean the National Assembly will be so docile and will not be able to impeach
Are they not docile currently, sir?
Everybody, listen to me, including even the passage of the electoral bill.
Yes.
It's because some of them know how they went there. Some of them know.
In fact, that's the next question.
If the papers cannot be adjusted
Yes.
to reflect what they want, they will not be there. Tinubu is an individual. And I believe he also has those fears. He will do what he can do now, and he will do what he believes in when the time comes.
You think so?
If this person who you are talking to was part of Nadeco, don't you think he has some balls? During Abacha, he was one of the principal characters of Nadeco. Don't you think he has balls and he believes things have to be done some other way? But when you are there on that seat, because you and I have not been on that seat, the first thing you start thinking about is, how do I sustain this? More so that, yes, you have lots of accusations of baggage you came in with. You will have to think of survival first, and then you think of what to do next. Human reasoning. So me as a person, I've watched. The people who are crying more are my brothers from the north, the far north. And let me put it this way, I don't have enemies, but there's this adage saying, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. Tinubu is fighting with them. They are fighting Tinubu. The enemy of your enemy is your friend. Even for that, I would say, Tinubu, continue. Because if by halting all this insurgency that is ravaging Nigeria would make Nigeria move forward, I will support him, sir. Because the Middle Belt has suffered. We don't want this thing to go beyond where it is. Let Tinubu partner with whoever it is. Now it is Americans. Let Nigeria be a better place. Do you think, let me ask you this question, if these same Americans see that this Tinubu, who they have partnered with, will just turn around to be something else, do you think they will leave him? I'm just asking.
I don't know.
They will not.
I don't know, sir. Let's round up, sir. Has President Bola Tinubu, has he strengthened or weakened democratic practice in Nigeria by his conduct, his behavior, his policies?
Yeah. That's a teaching question. But the truth remains that he has not strengthened democracy. I'm part of the Patriots. We went to him. What we wanted was, we know that the 1999 Constitution has problems that is bedeviling Nigeria, and that structure has created lots of problems than solutions. We said, let's go back to the People's Democratic Constitution of 1963. Take a cue from there, because all the other constitutions were military constitutions, which started with falsehood, we the people. It was never we the people. It is we the military. So we told him, sir, do something about this constitution. The 1963 constitution allows for regions, blah, blah. We had 4 regions. We don't subscribe to those regions. However, we said we have 2014 confab report, which was quite representative. We can use it to update the 1963 constitution and use the same criterion, that is plebiscite or what we call referendum, to determine whether or not it is acceptable to Nigerians. And we can have what would be operational, what would work for Nigeria. He didn't buy in. He delayed because he feels it's going to create problems. Jonathan was also afraid. He wanted the second election. It didn't work for him. He lost. So what we are saying is, yes, in that regard, and even in signing of this faulty electoral bill, which we still want amended to ensure that electronic transfer of results real time is the solution, is this fear of the same thing. Fear that if there is no room for manipulation, will he still be there? So, sir, that fear to me is unfounded. If he does the right thing, Nigerians will support him. And we are appealing to him. Tell the National Assembly, let this transmission real time take place. Some riffraff coming out there will say, yes, this man has the balls, he can transform Nigeria, he will get the votes.
Brilliant. Historically, the Middle Belt has been the beautiful bride when it comes to general elections. You know, whether the western part, they will cut the Middle Belt, or the northern part, they will cut the Middle Belt. That's been the historical antecedent of the Middle Belt. A very strategic role you play in determining winners or losers of elections. Even though in your own words you said, last election you raised the hand of Mr. Peter Obi, but you didn't win. Maybe you won, we don't know. Who are you supporting? Who is the Middle Belt? Not you personally, the Middle Belt. Who are you pitching your tent with?
The Middle Belt would take a decision very soon. We were to have a conference at Akwanga where we would sample opinion. Delegates will come from all the states, and we'll sample opinion and we'll take a decision. That could have happened earlier. It didn't happen, but it will soon happen. Okay. And when such has taken place and a decision made, that will be the position of the Middle Belt. It will not be my position. That was why when I was saying, I believe in this man, I said it is I, not the Middle Belt. So when that time comes, and we all sit down with delegates from all the states which we call Middle Belt, come and we take a decision, the whole of the country will know that this is where we stand, and this is the person we are supporting.
Give us a scenario, sir. How do you think 2027 elections will play out? How do you think it will play out? From your own experience, knowledge?
It all depends on this electoral bill. Let's be frank, we are Nigerians. We shouldn't pretend. It will be difficult to knock off the president, because in the system we operate, with the fact that the system is not foolproof. Even if whoever polls whatever results, given the electoral bill we have, you cannot defeat Mr. President. With this kind of electoral bill we have in place, we shouldn't lie about it. However, if we are able to achieve electronic transmission of results real time, then so many things could happen. It will depend on what he does, which the people will determine whether, yes, should we elect this person or not. Of course, I told you the Middle Belt will take its decision very soon. And when we take our decision, we will tell our people this is where we are going. Some people say we are just a socio-cultural group. Middle Belt didn't start as a socio-cultural. It started as a socio-political group. That's why they even had United Middle Belt Congress as a political platform. People should know that. And we have not departed from that position.
Brilliant. Last question. If, let's envisage that there is a mandatory electronic transmission of election results in Nigeria.
Real time.
Let's just pray that, let's imagine that is the reality.
Yes.
Can President Bola Tinubu win a free, fair, and credible polls in 2027?
He can win where people like I hold sway. Because we'll tell our people, these are the benefits if this man comes back to office. It will also depend on who he will contest against. Because all those ones are determinants. Nobody knows who he will contest against. That would also determine whether or not he comes in or comes back. But with the system, I've already given you the answer. If there is real-time electronic transmission, cut off all those returning officers, cut off all the manipulation of results, Nigerians will determine whether this man will come in or not. The Southeast will determine who this man, whether this man's coming in will be beneficial to them or not. The Southwest will determine. Remember, in 2023, Lagos voted Peter Obi rather than him.
Yeah.
Today, it could be a different thing. So, we should not start making assumptions. His performance beyond where we are, in spite of the what you are saying, the poverty. Food is cheaper now than ever before. In fact, farmers are the ones crying because a bag of maize has gone down to as low as 18,000. So people will now decide, will this person be of benefit to us if he comes back? Our brothers in the north are used to benefiting from the overbearing influence they have. Many of them, listen, they say they regret the Muslim ticket because Tinubu is something else. Now, while they are now saying that, our people are saying, hey, yes, it means this thing has worked, not because of the Muslim ticket, but because of Tinubu. So while some are crying, some are saying, Tinubu, get on with it. So, sir, let's wait. The result will be evident based on what is on ground.